While your cat is usually the adorable fluff ball you can't get enough of, let's be real, there are moments when they transform into little troublemakers. Whether they're scratching your furniture, leaping onto the kitchen counter, or sneakily sipping from your water glass, they definitely know how to push your buttons. But before you lose your cool and start yelling, there are much better ways to set clear boundaries with your feline friend. In this video, we'll show you how to tell your cat no in a way they'll truly understand, all while keeping your calm. But first, if you enjoy this topic, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our fascinating tips and fun feline facts. Now, let's dive into how to tell your cat not to do something. So, does your cat understand the word no? Have you ever tried telling your cat no when they're wreaking havoc in your house, only to be met with a blank stare? Well, of course! Cats can't understand the word no the same way we do. While cats are incredibly intelligent, the way they communicate is vastly different from ours. In fact, a study published in the National Library of Medicine found that cats use both sight and hearing to recognize human emotions. Another study discovered that by observing our facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language, cats can quickly determine whether we're happy, sad, or even annoyed, and respond accordingly. So, even if your cat doesn't grasp the word no, they can absolutely pick up on your disappointed or frustrated expression. If you consistently react negatively when they jump onto the kitchen counter, they'll eventually associate that behavior with your displeasure. However, it's essential to remember that cats don't understand the concept of good or bad. For them, scratching furniture isn't misbehavior, it's a natural instinct, a way to stretch and mark their territory. This makes teaching them things like no a bit trickier. Selena, a cat owner, has been struggling with her cat using her as a springboard while she's asleep. And not just gently, this cat has actually scratched her eyelid multiple times while launching itself off her body. Imagine waking up to claws on your face. The cat will sleep peacefully next to Selena for a while, but once it's awake and ready to play, all bets are off. Despite having a perfectly good cat tree, 2 scratchers, and a variety of toys, her cat insists on waking her up by literally jumping on her head. As you can imagine, this is incredibly frustrating for Selena. She's tried all sorts of methods to curb the behavior. She moves the cat away when it scratches or bites, saying no in a firm tone, but nothing works. So, she sought advice from others. Some suggested that when the cat misbehaves, Selena should let it outside as a form of mild punishment. Over time, the cat would seem to learn that disturbing her meant being sent outside, and since it didn't want that, it would stop the behavior. Another person told Selena she trained her cat by using a gentle, sweet voice and saying things like "good kitty" whenever the cat was around, even when they weren't touching or interacting. When the cat misbehaved, she would shout no, causing the cat to startle, lower its ears, and run away. It took time, but eventually, the cat learned. Yet another person shared a method of using a water spray bottle. Every time the cat misbehaved, they would quickly spray a little water. Soon, just picking up the bottle was enough for the cat to stop whatever it was doing. However, some argue that punishment doesn't work well with cats. It often leads to fear or aggression. So, how to teach your cat to understand no? Cats are independent creatures, and they are not as naturally eager to please as dogs. Unlike dogs, who tend to want to follow commands to gain approval or rewards, cats often act based on their own interests. This means they might not immediately respond to your verbal commands unless you show them what's expected. That being said, cats are highly perceptive when it comes to tone and body language. While they may not understand the word no at first, they can learn to associate the sound and tone of your voice with certain actions. Over time, they will come to recognize that a specific sound, like no, signals that a certain behavior is not acceptable. Number 1. Use consistency to your advantage. Consistency is crucial when teaching your cat any behavior. When you say no, you need to say it in the same tone, at the same volume, every single time. If you're switching up your tone, sometimes speaking with a cheerful voice, sometimes sounding frustrated, your cat will struggle to connect the word with the behavior you're trying to correct. For example, If you say no in a high-pitched upbeat tone one time and in a stern serious voice the next, your cat won't understand that it means the same thing both times. Number 2. Use a firm, clear tone. The tone you use when saying no will greatly influence how your cat responds. Cats are sensitive to tone, and they will pick up on the emotional cues you're giving off. When you say no, try to sound confident and assertive. This will let your cat know you are serious. This helps differentiate no from other words like their name or playful sounds, making it clear that certain actions are not acceptable. Number 3. Avoid yelling at your cat. Yelling is a common mistake many pet owners make when trying to get their cat to stop a behavior. Yelling may seem tempting when your cat ignores you, but it's counterproductive. Raising your voice too much can cause your cat to feel scared or anxious. Remember, you want your cat to understand your commands, not be afraid of you. Instead of associating no with understanding, your cat may start to avoid you or act out of fear. Maintain a calm, firm tone to convey authority without causing distress. This helps your cat stay relaxed while still understanding your authority. Number 4. Interrupt the behavior with action. When you say no to your cat, it's important to physically interrupt the behavior. Simply saying no without taking any action may not be enough to get your message across. Cats respond better when you pair verbal commands with physical action. For example, if your cat is scratching your favorite chair, immediately say no in a firm voice and gently remove them from the spot. Afterward, redirect them to an appropriate alternative like a scratching post. This helps your cat understand that certain behaviors are not acceptable, but they have alternatives that are okay. Similarly, if your cat jumps up on the counter, say no and place them in their designated spot. Once they settle there, reward them with praise, treats, or petting. This teaches them that good behavior also brings rewards. Number 5. Be patient. It takes time. Teaching a cat anything takes time and patience, so don't expect results overnight. Your cat won't immediately understand the meaning of no, but with consistency, gentle redirection, and positive reinforcement, they will start to learn. It's important to remember that cats don't learn in the same way as dogs, so don't get discouraged if it takes a while for your cat to grasp the concept. Back to Selena. Instead of shouting no or raising her voice, she could try using a distinct soft tiss sound, similar to a hiss, to startle her cat, signaling that the behavior is not acceptable. This sound, used consistently, would allow her cat to connect the action with the negative response. However, it's important not to overdo it, as too much of this sound can confuse or stress the cat. But simply saying no or making a noise isn't enough. Cats respond better when they are given an alternative action. For example, instead of just telling her cat not to jump on the bed, Selena could redirect the cat to a designated spot or bed of its own. This way, her cat learns what it should do, rather than just focusing on what it shouldn't. When it comes to using a water spray bottle, it's something your cat might respond to, but it's important to approach it with care. Selena can consider spraying a fine mist of water, just enough to get the cat's attention without soaking it. However, it's worth noting that we don't typically recommend this method, as the goal is to stop the unwanted behavior, not to make the cat fearful or anxious. That being said, some cat owners swear by this technique, claiming it can be quite effective when used appropriately. Finally, you need to remember that training a cat takes time. Unlike dogs, who are often eager to please, cats are more independent, and their training process can be slower. The more consistent you are with her signals and rewards, the faster her cat will learn. Teaching your cat to understand no isn't about punishing them, it's about clear communication and patience. Remember, every cat is unique, so it may take some trial and error, but with the right approach, you'll be able to communicate effectively and create a peaceful environment for both you and your feline friend. So, how about your cats? Are they well behaved, or do they sometimes do things that drive you crazy? We'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, be sure to hit that like button and share it with a fellow cat lover. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. There's always more to uncover about our feline friends. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.